There's a lot of men out there hunting for a girlfriend. And that's exactly why they're alone. It's not that they aren't good looking enough. It's not that they don't make enough money. It's that they're going about the whole process completely backwards. If you feel like every woman you want eventually loses interest, it's because you're following a blueprint that was designed to fail. Today, I'm giving you the clinical diagnosis on the things you're doing that are sabotaging your attraction, so you can finally stop pushing her away and understand how to turn the women you actually want from a fantasy to a girlfriend who actually chooses you. Here's what I see happening with most young men today. And I've absolutely been this guy. They're lonely. They feel like something's missing. They've got this idea, and Hollywood sells it every single day, that the right woman is going to come along and complete them. She's the missing piece. Once I have her, I'll be good. And that sounds warm and romantic, but that story is a load of because when you enter a relationship as a man who needs a woman to feel complete, she doesn't become your partner. She becomes your solution. And the moment she acts like a normal human being, she has a bad day. She pulls back a little. She's not constantly making you feel good. Your whole world falls apart. And she can feel that weight. And nothing kills a woman's attraction faster than realizing she's responsible for a man's emotional stability. So today, I'm giving you 3 things. First, the mindset that's quietly killing your chances with women, and you probably don't even know you have it. Second, the philosophy shift that changes everything. It's simple, but most men never get here. Third, real practical steps you can take this week to get towards your goal. No gimmicks, no tricks, apps, just real world. Last, what to do when you meet her. When you actually encounter that woman that you're interested in, you've got these things in the back of your head, you're ready to roll. What do we do next? Let's get into it. Quick side note here before we get too far. This is for all my guys that are tired of the whole become someone she's attracted to first nonsense. If you're not trying to find a solution that doesn't involve eating more pizza and watching more Netflix, then here are some quick alternatives when it comes to ways of getting a girlfriend. First, blackmail. You probably know some of those juicy dark secrets she's been hiding away. Find the time and place and let her know her reputation is about to take a real nosedive if she doesn't get on board. Second is going to be physical intimidation. You're bigger, stronger, and faster. The muscle mass doesn't even compare. Back her into a corner. If she doesn't agree to be your girlfriend, then go for the kneecaps. They almost always say yes after this. Third, pull out the checkbook, slap a Benjamin on the table, and watch her heart melt. Then pop the question. For the record, I strongly suggest avoiding these options. Don't hate the messenger. Now let's get back to the only healthy option. All right, starting off with the mindset that's getting us in trouble. The first thing I want to address is codependency. And I know that word gets thrown around a lot, so let me tell you exactly what I mean. Codependency isn't just being clingy. It's when you use another person to regulate how you feel about yourself. It's when your mood is controlled by whether she texted back. Your confidence goes up or down based on how the date went. Your whole weekend is either good or bad because of something she did or didn't do. Here's what that looks like in real life. You meet a woman, things go well, and almost immediately, you start adjusting who you are. What you say, how you act, what you share about yourself, all of it starts shifting based on what you think she wants to see. You start playing a role instead of being a man. And I've done this. There was a point where I was good at getting numbers from women all the time. But because I didn't know that I was searching for a woman to make me happy, those numbers might as well have been the number to a 400-pound man named Raquise. The day that I got the number, I was on cloud 9, the happiest man on earth. Fast forward to 2 days later when she wasn't getting back to me right away, I was bumming all my friends and family out with my depressed mood on the couch, completely rising and falling around what she decided to do. Obviously, none of the women I dealt with in this way ever wanted anything serious with me, and things died pretty quickly. I've been so focused on not losing a woman that I completely lost myself in the process. And here's what I found out the hard way. A woman worth being with doesn't want a man who's changing himself to keep her. That doesn't make her feel safe. That makes her feel responsible for you. And she can't be your anchor and your woman at the same time. So step one is this: before you try to attract her, deal with the void on your own. And what I mean by that is build a life you find genuinely meaningful before you try to bring someone else into it. Good luck doing this without God as number one in your life. He's the reason you were made in the first place, but also a mission you're working on. Things that matter to you that have nothing to do with whether or not she's interested. You can't fake this. Women feel the difference between a man who's there because he genuinely wants to be and a man who's there because he doesn't know who he is without someone beside him. Here's the shift that changes everything. And I want you to really hear this. Stop going into relationships looking to take. Start going in looking to give. Now, I'm not talking about being a doormat. I'm not talking about doing whatever she wants and losing yourself. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: walk into every interaction, every conversation, every date as a man who is already full, not perfect, not without problems, but a man who is at peace with who he is and what he's building. And from that place, you offer something real: your time, your attention, your honesty, your character. When you go into it looking to take the validation, to take the comfort, to take the feeling of not being alone anymore, she becomes a solution to your problem. Here's the thing: unless you hired them to wax the hair off your back, people don't want to be your solution. They want to be your choice. She can feel the man who walks in already whole. He doesn't need her approval to know his worth. He doesn't need her reaction to decide how he feels about himself. He just shows up as himself and lets her decide. Women don't forget about that man because he's rare. Here's how I like to think about it. You're not going into a relationship to get something you're missing. You're going in to add something that's already good. Your life is already moving. She doesn't complete it. She joins it. That's the foundation. You can't build anything real on top of needing someone. You build it on top of being someone. All right, so how do you actually build this in your own life? Here are 3 things you can start right now. Number 1, build something only you can build. A man without a mission goes looking for his identity in women. Again, your actual identity will only actually be found in God, but find something you're working toward that has nothing to do with dating. A business, a fitness goal, a craft, a calling. Something that when you get up in the morning, you have a reason to move that has nothing to do with her. And here's the side effect. A man who's building something is one of the most attractive things a woman can witness. That's so attractive, it even gets other straight men juiced. Not because of the money, but because of the energy. You can feel the difference between a man who's going somewhere and a man who's just waiting for life to start. Imagine what will happen if you ignore this. And then let's say a genie appeared out of a bottle and granted you the wish of being on a date with a gorgeous woman that checked all of your boxes. The moment she asks you about your life and what you have going on, wouldn't it be incredibly rough to have to tell her that all you do is your day job and Netflix? It would feel out of place because it is. Not because we need to be able to impress her, but because deep down, you know that you're made to do more with your life, with drive and ambition. Number 2, build your social life, not your swipe count. Delete the apps, not because they're the end of the world, but because they've stripped away the one thing that actually attracts a woman: your real world presence. They've turned you into a JPEG. And dating apps eliminate everything she actually needs to feel attracted to you. How you carry yourself, how you look at her, the energy she feels when she's around you. She can't get any of that from your profile. Join a run club, join a jiu-jitsu gym, go to CrossFit, volunteer. Go places where interaction is the byproduct, not the goal. These environments put you in proximity to people, and proximity over time is where real connection happens. You're not just standing in a corner hoping someone comes to you. You're out there alongside them, working, competing, living. Just like those signs and couch pillows that every mom over 45 has in her house. Live, laugh, love. Hee hee. Number 3, practice conversation in the real world. Every week, give yourself a goal. Have 5 real interactions with people you don't know. Not pickup lines, not routines you found online, just human conversation. The barista, the guy next to you at the gym, the woman in line at the grocery store. Ask a follow-up question, make eye contact, say something real. This does two things. First, it rewires how you feel about social interaction. It stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like what you do. Second, this is literally where you meet people and eventually meet her. Not on a screen, out there, in moments. So you're out in the real world. You've got a life. You've got a direction. And you see her. Now what? Here's the mistake most guys make in this moment. They try to become impressive. They launch into the best version of themselves. They perform. Don't do that. Here's what the man who gets this right does. He talks to her like she's a person, not like she's a prize, not like she's a test he has to pass. He just finds her genuinely interesting and lets that be enough. Keep it simple. Make eye contact. Smile like a man who's comfortable in his own skin. Ask her something real. And then actually listen to what she says. You're not there to convince her of anything. You're there to find out if this is someone you actually want to spend time with. That's it. That's the whole job. When you come at it from that angle, the desperation disappears. The neediness disappears. And what's left is the most attractive version of you. The one who's just genuinely there. Calm, curious, himself. And here's the truth. If she's interested, that'll be enough. And if she's not, that's okay. Because you're not there to collect her approval. You're there to live your life. Let me bring this home. You have to build the man, not the man she wants, the man you want to be, the one with a mission, the one who's moving, the one who steps into a room and doesn't need anyone in it to validate that he belongs there. That man doesn't struggle to get a girlfriend, not because he's perfect, but because when a great woman sees a man who's already full, a man who's going somewhere, who gives freely, who doesn't need her to complete him, she pays attention. She doesn't forget him because that man is rare. Stop hunting for a girlfriend. Start building yourself. The right woman doesn't respond to a man who needs her. She responds to a man who chooses her. And if you want help getting there, the mindset, the confidence, the real world skills to actually go make this happen, that's exactly what I do. I'm Coach Jake, and you can book a free assessment call in the link in the description. I'll see you in the next one.